Bill Roth. Great.
I missed his
Maybe
first name. I wasn't listening.
I might have cut out during
I gotta
that
write
last
that
time.
down.
I just don't think I was listening.
Yeah. Probably not.
Nope.
Going live in 10 seconds.
Oh, we're live. Hi, everyone.
Oh,
Didn't see that. That's fun.
okay.
Hi, everyone. We were just discussing characters from last week, remembering names and such. Welcome to Ghostlight RPGs presents Zoa Stardust. My name is Justin. I am your humble game moderator, and my pronouns are he, him. And we will introduce the rest of the team. So we'll pass around the energy here. Let's start with Darrington.
Hi, thank you. My name is Darrington. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Tennison Vitell, also he, him, in our world of Zoa. For a quick little fun fact, let me see what I can't find for 10. I don't know if we've talked about it quite yet, but in our Get to Know Zoa, we've slowly been going from region to region, and I don't know if I've ever explained it, but Tennison is from I never say it right. Iskapes?
Ishkapes. Yeah, ish, like with the ish at the beginning.
Ish,
you know, just a little ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Specifically Canopili, which is the higher part of the somewhat sort of rainforest biome, and that's where he and all of his family live, and that's also where Ramphastos is based. And
Yes.
I will throw the energy over to Annie.
Hello, good morning. My name is Annie Schwaner. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Kira Swiftfoot, also she, her. I was trying to think of something to bring up today, and I think we haven't really talked about how Kira kind of got to meet these friends of hers. She knows our dear Chomper hippo friend because she was actually his tutor and helping him out. She met Tennison at the beginning of the year. He was in his doing his talent show and asked for some supplies, and she actually gave him her pocket watch to use. So that's how she kind of met him. Milo and Kira never really hit it off quite at first. Milo always thought that Kira was a bit of a goody two-shoes and didn't really boring.
Boring.
Yes. And I think Kira thought that Milo was kind of full of himself, but I think they're getting to know each other a lot better. And Skipper, she probably knew the best because she actually was put in charge of Skipper to, take care of her and make sure she stayed out of trouble by Captain Leah Rogers, the honey badger, who didn't really like Kira, but thought she would be good for Skipper. And I think Skipper has been very good for Kira as well. So that's kind of how Kira knows all these wonderful people. I'll pass it on over to Rebecca.
Hi, I am Rebecca, she, her, and I am playing Milo, who is he, him. And let's see, my fact for Milo is I didn't have one this morning. So I guess I will talk about his backstory, which is that he is actually the child of two criminals. They are thieves, Luke and Talia Reynard, and he he ratted them out to the cops because they were doing bad things and he was little, and he's like, you're doing bad things, so I'm gonna do what people say and I'm gonna tell the cops. And also, he wasn't getting the attention he needed, so and then he was adopted and he got all the love and attention he needed. So that's mine, and I'm done talking. I'm gonna throw it to who hasn't talked. Bradley.
Oh, great. Thank you, Rebecca. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bradley. He, him. I play Chomper, also he, him, and Flip, also he, him. My fun fact of the day, my Chomper's parents were competitive eaters. They were world-class competitive eaters, but they died under mysterious circumstances at an eating competition. Supposedly, they might have been poisoned. And I will toss the... Why are all mine dark? I'm sorry. I will toss my... Emma.
Gotta get dark somewhere.
Yay. Hi, everybody. My name is Emma, she, her, and I play Skipper, the otter, she, they. I had a fun fact for Skipper in my head. Okay, here it is. This is just a little fun fact. Skipper doesn't wear dresses. She just never has wanted to wear dresses. She always wears pants and a shirt and a vest. That's my fun fact.
I like it.
Short and sweet. And back to Justin.
Thank you. Sorry, I got thrown off. I was trying to envision what like all of the ancestors wore, like way back when like the war was happening and everything like that. I was like, I wonder. Yeah, I picture like little mice in dresses and like aprons and stuff, like little House on the Prairie type.
On the
you
red
know,
wall.
attire. Yeah, very Redwall.
I love it. I love it.
Anyway, I love all of those. Good job, everybody. Real quick. Oh no. so Zoa Stardust is a PG-13 adventure. We do utilize safety tools such as lines and veils and color cards. I am in a hotel right now, and I did not bring my color cards, so I will use 1, 2, and 3. These are like mine right here.
Oh.
Everybody sees them. Red, green, and yellow. But we do this just so that everyone at the table remains comfortable and responsible and respectful of each other's boundaries and limits. That being said, there are a few content warnings, language, violence, probably some drugs. We already did the hallucinogenic drug thing, so I don't know if I should. Yeah, well, anyway, maybe adult situations, but nothing graphic, PG-13 only. This week's Get to Know a Zoa. Let me pull up my right document. I'm working on less computer space today, so it'll take me a little longer to get around where I need to go. But this week's Get to Know a Zoa, we're going to continue in our campaign of exploring the different realms of Zoa. So we have today, in alphabetical order, we have Koralsh. So Koralsh is the ocean biome. It is the largest realm by and far, of course. Koralsh encompasses over 100 port towns and even more deep beneath the surface. Due to its vast size and population, the realm is typically split into 5 sections or so. These 5 sections are the riverlands, the swamps, the open beach and top surface, the ocean floor, and the trenches, which is way down there. We'll explore those maybe some other time. I'm not going to get into all that stuff right now. But Koralsh runs as a federal republic, and there is it's led by Chancellor Izelda Shockley, who we have heard of once, I believe, maybe from Ambassador Ebley. Anyway, Chancellor Shockley is a sea turtle, and she was an elected official, and she is on her shit. There's also the Coral Congress, which is an elected leaders of the 5 regions, kind of acting like an elected Congress. A few places of interest before I finish here. The Sunglaze Reef, which we've heard of multiple times because that's where Skipper's family runs their business. Sunglaze Reef is kind of like a vacation destination, very Orlando-esque, always sunny and bright. There's Port Pebbledale. This is the largest, most bustling port town, and it's an integral part in the trade system in Zoa, just because you got, ocean going to land, land going to ocean, all kinds of stuff. There's also Crashtide Keep. Crashtide Keep is the grand palace and fortress down in the very in the ocean floor of Koralsh, in the city Tidala, which we've again heard of from Ambassador Ebley. That's where he is from. And the Crashtide Keep kind of serves as it was once a palace, and now it's just kind of where they house like Congress and the Capitol building and whatnot. So that's Koralsh in a seashell. And thank you. Yes, I'm on fire today. So let's see. Next week we'll do Dodencrest. Just go in. We got A, B, C, D. I didn't realize that. But we're gonna skip to X eventually. So cool. If there's nothing else, I want to give a quick and humongous thank you to Kelsey Botwinick-Cruza, our dear friend, and Ryan Botwinick-Cruza, both of them, for helping us get the show going this morning. As I mentioned, I'm in a hotel today. I don't have my equipment as per usual, so they stepped in at the last moment and helped me out huge. So big shout out to them. We love you. Thank you. I will add, because I'm here, because of this equipment, I don't have the chat. So team, I'm going to need you guys and anybody else to help kind of moderate today. And if there's somebody gives some plot points for something or gives a shout out, just like feel free to interrupt me and we can do it. Anybody have now? Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Sumkey has given us a plot point for the thing just moved and now I can't find it.
Oh, no.
For Milo to help out. Oh, for Milo to help out Fox any bad guys.
Aww.
Any bad guys.
Thank you.
Nice.
And he also gave you a name, Justin. Werner Herhog, the boorish pig.
Werner
Yes.
Herzog instead of Herzog.
Here, I'll put that in
Oh.
the Zoom.
I'll have to work on my Werner Herzog voice now.
I love it.
That's good.
That is good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That is good.
Werner Hertz. Can I call him Herzog?
I like it.
Herzog? Is that okay, Sumkey? Boorish pig. Perfect.
Yeah, Sumkey says that's fine.
All right. Herzog. Herzog. I'll have to work on my voice. Okay, well, we'll get
I'm
to
excited for
Werner
that one.
eventually. Thanks for the suggestions, everyone. Appreciate it. Okay, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to the world of Zoa Stardust. All right. So as we have done in the past, I had everybody go ahead and I'm just going to change the music real quick. I had everybody go ahead and prepare me a little previously on. So let's go ahead and do that. Pull it up. Sorry. I have one screen instead of three. Woof. All right. Let's see what y'all wrote here. Let me scroll up. All right. Previously on Zoa Stardust, the crew of the Buckley Sting gave up the tenuous truce with Pirate Captain Greyback to save the hostage, Shay Thorntail. Battling the remaining crew of the Dreary Angel and defeating Captain Greyback by chopping off the charging rhino's head. Yeah, that happened. Now fully stocked on supplies and with 2 new passengers, Shay and a duck surgeon, Theodore Bilroth, our heroes are making their way to the next Mystazoa to retrieve another relic of Promium, with a forbidden cylinder in Skipper's eager paws. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Fantastic. All right, so let's see. Yes, you did find a cylinder, a leather kind of bound, almost like something that one might put a like blueprint or map inside of. It's kind of what you recognize it to be, Skipper.
Cool.
And yeah, you have Shay and Theodore on your ship with you. You've blasted off, or I say blasted off. Really, you sailed off from the outpost Alpha, where after destroying, or rather damaging badly, the 2 ships that were there, so that the remaining pirate crew could not follow immediately. So yeah, so you all are on the ship. What do you think you're doing on the ship there?
Kira is jumping into action and trying to start wrapping bandages around Shay and wherever she needs, and just trying to like do a medicine check, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that. So let me know what I need to do to see if I can help her out with that.
Yeah, so you will roll just a regular dice pool like any other, and that will be considered a recovery check for her.
Okay, so that's what Kira's doing right now.
Okay. Everybody else?
I guess Milo is, steering the ship, I suppose. And he's thinking. He's got a lot of going through his head right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tennison is below deck tinkering with the Tukanai and trying to incorporate the triple dust shot that he found into the basis for his device. So I don't know
Sure.
how that needs to work, but that's what he's currently working
Yeah,
on.
why don't you make me some sort of a tinker check, some sort of like a
Love a tinker
build
check.
a role that you're building a new component basically. So whatever you want to add to it for that.
Well, I rolled 2 1s, so that's great.
Oh,
Oh,
no. You
I'm
end up
very
hurting her.
Yeah.
Now let me
Tied a
ask
little
you-
too tight.
Do you have any specialties or anything in medicine? Is that like a specialty you have or anything like that?
No, I know that we were discussing like the peacekeeper. That's kind of their job, is to like be well versed in things like that. So I don't know if I could use my Book of Zoa probably wouldn't help. I might have to add in an extra like plot point and see if I could just get something better.
Well, What did you get without the ones?
I got a 9.
Okay, well,
And
yeah,
I
it's up
have
to you.
no other dice to do like even the what's the second dice called? Oh my gosh, effect die. I don't even have an effect
Yeah.
die because
Yeah.
I gotta throw out 2 1s, so that sucks.
Well, I will pay you a plot point for one of the ones.
Okay.
I think you go grab some. Are you going to spend more plot points to do anything here, or what?
I think I should. I think I'm gonna add in
Okay,
a plot
alright.
point to
Well, you know what? Hang on a second.
Is there a medicine kit on
Medicine. I think medicine is something so basic that you guys have been trained on. It shouldn't be higher than a 7. So I think you do pass with a
Okay.
9. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so used to giving you guys harder challenges that something like that should really be pretty
You're
simple. So I think you do pass. I'm still gonna pay you a plot point for one
What do I do
complication
to
here.
her?
What's your highest plot point?
My highest plot.
I'm sorry. What's your highest effect die? Or the highest one that you got the 1 on? You got 2 1s.
Oh, it's a D12 10.
You D10 on a 1?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So
Do it to me, not to her. I feel so bad.
okay.
Cut myself on the way.
So you bandage her up.
Yeah.
And you're a little. I think you're a little nervous, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little. You're a little. I don't know. How do you think? How do you think Kira's feeling
I think
about
she's
this?
super. Like, first of all, I think she's very nervous. So, and that was a lot of stress that she just went through. I think she made herself like taken aback by how she acted on the ship. She's like, wow, that was really exciting, but now I have all this adrenaline, and oh my gosh, this is the guy's like sister who I've been pining for all these years, and I miss him. Like, he's her friend too, so she like doesn't know how to tell this woman too, like, I don't know where your brother is. Yay.
Yeah.
So I think she's just nervous, and I think she probably maybe hurts herself. Maybe she's trying to cut the bandage and accidentally like cuts herself or something. I don't know. I'd like to hurt myself rather than her, I will say.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe she trips. I don't know. But
Sure. So that's fair. I think you because you did successfully recover her, so that's
Yes.
great. So what was your effect die? Or you said you didn't have enough for an effect die.
I don't.
Okay. So you recover her. I'll just say it's at the minimum then, which is a D4. So go ahead and roll me a D4, and that's how much you can recover her.
Okay.
And then you yourself will take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
I think you're just a little too nervous, and as you're going to like cut some gauze or whatever it may be, you end up kind of slicing across like your own palm or something.
Yeah.
4
points, you said?
Yes.
Whew. Okay.
And it's a deep cut, and you're
That
but you're
hurts.
like immediately try to hide it because you're like embarrassed.
Yeah.
Um,
She gets 2 points of healing. Yay.
darn,
It's gonna take a while, but I
2
get
points. 2 points. Well,
Better than
as this scene is kind of happening, she says,
back. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just try to hold that down and
Hey, you're fine. You're fine. No, it's okay.
Okay.
Just hey, breathe.
That reminds me of Max, and she's gonna start crying a little bit.
You know, Max? Are you okay?
Yeah, I knew your brother. He was a really good friend of mine, and I'm glad you're alive. He talked about you a lot.
She, you see, she kind of goes a little internal here, looks away, and then steadies herself and looks back. What happened? You said there was these metal beings, and then where is everyone?
Well, so I have no idea. We had just finished graduation. We hadn't even been given our posts yet, or where we were supposed to be going, and suddenly we were attacked. I don't even know what these things are. We know a little bit about them. They're called menagerum, and they're made of this really, really intense metal type substance called chromium, and we're basically trying to figure out where they have taken Zoa. It's gone.
Right.
And
I guess that explains a lot, actually. We were sent out, the old dog, we were sent out to figure out what was happening with the outposts, why other crews were disappearing. We ran into pirate trouble before that could happen, but so it's gone. It's just gone.
It's gone. Everything's gone. I'm so sorry. I tried to save him. I tried so hard, and
She pulls you in for a hug and just holds you.
Gonna hug her back. I'm gonna cry.
Okay. And you feel she cries a little bit with you, and you just kind of both sit down there for a while.
He was the most brave animal I've ever met, and kind, and I hope he's okay. I'm so sorry.
This whole time you've known her, she's been so like hard-edged. I mean, she was a hostage. I mean, she was like, you know, and you have no idea the things that she's seen from, you know that her crew died. But this is the first time she's kind of she's not had some sort of, something to say, or, she just looks like her walls are down a bit, and she just sits there with you and just stays in silence. Darrington, what'd you get for your roll?
I'm muted. 15 with a D10 effect.
Hell yeah, dude. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So you want to incorporate this to become part of your Tukanai.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
so
right?
They no longer has to wield a dust shot, but that it's already equipped.
Sure. I will say, go ahead and, because as I mentioned, the dust shot would become somebody's like second signature asset. So if this is kind of a choice for you, Darrington. I will allow you to kind of customize and upgrade your Tukanai, but it will take the place of a second signature asset.
Mm-hmm.
So you will just have one very cool signature asset as opposed to two.
That makes sense for him.
Okay. So in that case, I will basically allow you to, we'll just say, add like, well, we'll discuss it. I'm going to say 2 or 3 extra like effects for your Tukanai.
Perfect.
This can be one of them. We'll discuss exactly what that means at some point.
Perfect.
Whenever you and I are both not busy anymore. Cool. Skipper and Milo, I'll come back to you. Skipper and Chomper, what are you two doing?
You go first, Brad.
Okay. Well, Chomper has taken down Theodore Bill Roth down to the lounge in order for him to speak to Emily and just kind of get them sequestered so that they're not bothering everybody else on the ship.
Okay, great. So Theodore follows you down. Well, now this is exactly the kind of place that I would not find myself in particularly ever. But I must say it is slightly nicer than the last ship I was on. Did you know I was a hostage there? Just talking
yes,
here.
yes, yeah. Just follow me. I have somebody that I think you would just follow me. Come on.
And you lead him in, where Admiral Ebley is just like, I don't know, like kind of doing some sort of like synchronized swimming routine that I think he's like made for himself to keep himself entertained. Yeah, and he's like, and up, and that is how it's. Oh, hello, Chomper. I say, what? Who is this? Well, now, who are you? And the two of them.
So I'm gonna go, mates. I'll see you later.
And it's like neither of them even noticed you're gone. They immediately start into a conversation that is Theodore Bilroth at your service. Oh, yes. Well, my name is Ebley. They call me Ambassador Ebley. I am Pyron, as my friends call me. You could be my friend if you like. Well, I don't have too many friends, that is, but I guess I could make room for one more. Ha 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 ha. And it goes on like that for a while, as you like just walk away. Yeah, this is what. Oh boy, it's gonna get bad. The more that Sumkey gives, the more characters Sumkey makes me have. This is good. Okay, Skipper, what about you?
Well, first things first, Skipper is going to try to make a recovery roll because they are not looking well. They are bloodied and bruised from all of the fighting that everyone's just gone through. So I'm gonna roll, and I roll against you, right, Justin?
That's correct.
Okay. So my total is a 9 with a D8 effect.
I just did it again, you guys.
No way.
No
What
way.
did you roll?
I just
way.
rolled all ones again.
Wow.
Incredible.
Justin.
I need new dice. That's the answer.
Yeah. What the hell?
Wow.
Man?
Well, for
We're-
some reason,
Like, this is good for us, but for
Yeah.
you.
Everyone maxes out their life points. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I botched it. I don't even know.
So what does that mean for recovery roll then?
I think you just go automatically back to full, Emma.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
Skipper
Thanks,
just
girl.
goes swimming and comes out and is perfectly fine.
Yeah, you feel like a new person all of a sudden. Wow, I can't believe I did that. That's so funny.
insane.
And the second thing I would like to do is Skipper would like to look at that forbidden cylinder they found.
Yes, of course. You find a nice space after you've kind of dried yourself off a bit. You carefully. Are you careful with it, or do you just pop it open and look?
No, I think they're careful. They're excited, but they understand that you've got to be you've got to be patient. And you've got to make sure you don't rush things, or else it gets sloppy.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
All right, so you kind of carefully open it up and whatnot, and inside you do pull out a some sort of rolled up piece of parchment. It's quite old, so you're very careful with it as you pull it out and lay it out on this table in front of you. This map, hang on. Actually, I had notes on this. I should just probably go back and look at those, huh?
Oh, Skipper is so excited that they found a map.
Wow.
This is the best.
It is a map, and it is, there we go. So it looks, you have to stare at it for a while because first of all, it's very old. It is made with like ink and whatnot. It looks like Zoa. It looks like Zoa mostly, but there are just parts that are incorrect. They're just like, there's land masses where they shouldn't be. There's this part of it up top, like where Dodencrest is expanded beyond what the map that you know to be true. there's so much of this that just it looks like it looks familiar, but it looks like somebody drew it completely wrong.
Interesting.
There are little markings on it, like pencil scratching kind of things. Can't make heads or tails of them right now. If you want to try and like study it for a while, maybe you could, with a proper roll,
Yeah.
be
I
able
would
to
like to
gather
try that.
more. Okay, so go ahead and build a roll, and we'll say you take a few hours here to do this. Meanwhile, Milo,
Mhm.
you said you're kind of just thinking as you are steering the ship and whatnot. What are you thinking about?
He's kind of thinking about just everything they've been doing, but mostly he's thinking about the fact that he just like cut off another Zoan's head, and that's kind of sitting with him a little poorly, because that it's different than fighting aliens. Like it's messy. Being an officer is a lot more messy than he thought it was going to be, and just the idea that it came really easily to him, and it seemed everything just seemed a lot easier when he just went for it.
You're having these thoughts. You don't even realize Hector's standing next to you until he is.
Mm-hmm.
Doing all right there, Captain.
Not really. It's just this whole captain thing is a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Well, they don't call it captain for nothing. You got a lot of responsibilities. I think I've never been captain myself, but if I may, there's you just have to give it time. Trust yourself. That's how it goes. That's how I've seen it done time and time again.
It's just all of this, Ursa and everything. I've been working my entire life towards this, and it was just always it was order. It was a way to keep everything in line, and it was a direction to go. And now with Zoa gone, Ursa's gone, and I don't know where I sit in all this anymore. It feels weird. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little lost. That's all.
Well, when you're lost, you look to your navigator. When you're angry, you look to your peacekeeper. When you're scared, you look to your protector. Captain, you have a whole crew around you that is here to help.
Thanks. Can you take the helm for a sec? I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yeah, well, damn, it'd be my pleasure. And steps over and takes it away from you there.
Okay. Milo's gonna head down to find Skipper.
Okay. I think you bump into Chomper on the way.
Hey, Cap, what you doing?
Just looking for Skipper. Just I think we need to talk about something. Did you? It might have been the heat of the moment. I might have just been saying things, but did you take Greyback's horn? That was just. I feel like that's burned into my mind now, and
I did.
a little curious.
It's a point of pride for us larger beasts in the Riverlands to when one of us dies, to have that brought back to its family.
Oh, that's It's very, very kind of you. I never would have thought of that.
As big of a dick as he was, he deserves at least some peace.
Yeah, he still has a family. Okay.
Hopefully. Hopefully we
just
all
a-
still have families.
It's just a little alarming, that's all.
Well, it was gross. You cut his freaking head off.
Well,
I mean, come on.
yeah. Yeah.
Which
I
was
did.
pretty baller, by the way. I mean, you
Thank you.
slicey dicey little fox.
Thanks. It was I feel not my proudest moment, but I don't know. It worked, I guess. Diplomacy was not working.
I don't know. I would be pretty proud of that. You took on something that was 15, 16 times your size, and you won.
Yeah, I'm
You
surprised
can
the
do
sword went through it.
anything if you can. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. You're a good
Aw.
captain.
Thanks, and you're a good protector. Thumbs up.
All right,
It's right around this
Go for
time.
Skipper.
Yeah. So you head over toward you head down the hall. You see Shay and Kira in the we'll just say medical bay, in the little medical bay room. You see Tennison on the other side, working away at his Tukanai. And down the hall, you see with the door partially cracked open, you do see Skipper kind of just studying this map. Well, you can't see it's a map yet.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Justin, I used the last of my plot points, and what I got was a 9 with a D10 effect, and I also rolled a 1.
Okay. 9 with a D10 effect. A 9 with a D10 effect. Okay. All right. Well, I will pay you a plot point for that one.
Woo!
As you get a really bad headache. Trying to focus on this. What was your die roll with the 1?
It was a D8.
Okay.
And I'll remind you that last time I had a complication, which was hit on the head.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll just say that this kind of re-sparked that same
Oh.
aggravation. It's your head is not feeling great. So you have we'll just say headache, D8 effect there. Oh, real quick before we go any further, thank you to Tar H2O 23 for the plot point for Darrington in order to beseech help whenever he needs. Love it.
Godspell reference. I'm so.
I was wondering. I was
Yeah.
like, is that okay? It is. It is. Cool. I love it. So where was I? Right. So Milo, you go into the map room.
I was kind of trying to peek over what she's looking at. What you got there?
I found this in the Dreary Angel. I've been trying to figure out what it looks like Zoa, but it's not. It's wrong, and I've been trying to figure out what it could be, but my head hurts, and you can take a look if you like, and they will slide the map towards Milo.
Okay. Milo's gonna try and take a look at it. That is not his strong point at all,
Sure.
but we will take
Sure.
a look. Let's see. Oh my god, my intelligence dice are also puny. Hang on. Ugh. Oh god.
Rebecca, while you're doing that, real quick,
Yeah.
Chomper, where do you think you go? What do you think you do next?
I think I go up to the bridge, to where Hector is,
Mhm.
and just kind of make sure that he's okay, steering and do it, and keeping watch in terms of in case any of the menagerie is about us or any other pirates or.
Sure. Hey there, Chomper.
Hey, mate.
So, I'm just gathering that things weren't too smooth for everyone back there. I know that we ran into some trouble, but your captain seems to really be taking a lot into himself.
Yeah, Milo seems to do that a lot. He cares a lot about missions and his people, but he can be a little headstrong, especially when it comes to working with Skipper. I just want him to be able to work together. I mean, that's what crews do, is they work together. And if we can't work together, this isn't a crew.
You're not wrong, Chomper, but you got to keep in mind too. You're all greenhorns. You've all got what, a week of actual space training behind you. There's a lot on your shoulders. You don't need to add more to yourselves. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe try to be kind to yourselves too.
You are not wrong, mate. You're a very smart man, and I'm thankful that you are a part of this crew.
All right, you get out of here. Something in the air here. There's no air.
Must be the dust. Yeah.
There's some dust in my eyes there. All right. And he just keeps trying. Darrington, you are in your little lab area. Dresden, knock knock.
Oh, yeah, come on over. See what
I
I've been
said
working
knock
on.
knock because I don't have hands to talk to.
Oh, yeah, here, come on.
So that's a little humor for you. Hey, what are you building over here?
I wish you could have seen it. I was all by myself, and this huge dog-looking thing was definitely going to kill me, and I don't know what happened. I found this thing. It looks like a dust shot, but it's obviously been modified to be much stronger, and the next thing you know, I made it out alive, and I don't know about the other thing.
Wow, she's like fascinated with this dust shot as you're working on it.
Have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, it looks so close to our equipment, but somebody did a really good job of upgrading it.
Yeah, you're right. This is pretty sick. No, I've never seen anything like this. But it's kind of making me think, I mean, with this as a blueprint, I mean, we could like upgrade our cannons, right? I mean,
I think so. If we have everything we need, I mean, if this works on something on this small a scale, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to blow it up, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it also got me thinking that
Oh.
there is something about this program that we came from that made us all suited for just one job. I've never thought of myself as anything except someone who can build things for other people to use, but I don't know. I think I need to talk to Chomper.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever told you, like, you know, what happened with me at the academy. I was supposed to be an officer, but they didn't really like the way that I was doing things. Maybe I went a little outside of the, their rules and whatnot. I mean, really guidelines, if you ask me. But
I'm on a crew with a bunch of people who work outside of the guidelines. You couldn't have done anything that was that bad.
No. I mean, do you know about the explosion that happened about 6 years ago
I've
at the academy?
heard of it, but it was a little before my time.
Sure. Yeah.
Was that
Anyway,
you?
look, all I'm saying is, why give ourselves limits? Why just accept which is already given to us, right? I mean, I don't know. I maybe went a little overboard. I did. Okay, I went a lot overboard, and they kicked me out of the account. Well, they downgraded me. They said I can't be an officer. But anyway, like you were saying, they're very one-track mind. You know, Ursa's like, I mean, not that it matters now, but I would love to see some changes.
Well, there's a lot of change going on right now, but we have a goal and we know how to get to where we're going next. So hopefully we can get things back to normal and maybe we can see a couple changes, huh? Yeah, no, you're right. Think optimistically. Okay, well, whenever you're done with this, I'd love to look at it. Maybe like start working on some cannons while you all are, I don't know, doing. What are you doing again? It's kind of a long story and hard to explain, but essentially we're on a really big, really dangerous scavenger hunt.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay. She keeps looking, kind of drawing up some schematics and blueprints and stuff. You know, mathy stuff.
Justin,
Yeah.
you didn't deserve that downgrade. You're brilliant. And I don't say that to a lot of people.
Thanks.
And then Tennison goes right back into the Tukanai.
And you don't really notice because you're back in your like mode, but Dresden, I mean, looks at you for just a while longer, and there's like a glimmer of pride in her eyes that you put there. The what do you call it? Blah 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 blah. Sorry, I'm distracted. The medical bay with Kira and Shay. The medical bay with Kira and Shay. You are Shay has fallen asleep. Just kind of as you like sat there together, kind of in the quiet. You realize she's fallen asleep pretty quickly. What do you want to do, Kira?
I'm going to
Stab.
just take a yeah,
Sorry.
stab. I'm going to take a blanket and put it over her, and I think I'm going to go find Chomper.
Okay. You kind of look down the hall. No, look down the hall. Go up to the top deck, and you find him up there, somewhere up on the deck.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, Kara, what's up?
How you doing?
Oh, you know, fine. I guess. It's been a weird 2 days. But at least we're now on our way someplace. Hopefully someplace.
Yeah, I know, but how are you doing? I haven't checked in with you in a while, and I just wanted to see.
I'm great. I'm great. We're great. You're doing a great job. Milo and Tennison and Skipper are all doing a great job. We're all doing a great job. How are you?
Good. I just back there, I got really aggressive, and I haven't been that angry in a while, and I slapped a pigeon, and I've never done that before, and it just made me realize what it means to be a protector, and that's a lot on your shoulders, and I wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing. And thank you for being there, because I wouldn't have been that brave without a really, really tall hippo behind me. So thank you.
We've been friends for a number of years now, Kira, and I will always have your back.
I know you do.
Always.
I know. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and I haven't really brought it up to anybody else yet, but you know the spider? I would remember her name. What is her name?
Silgrit.
Silgrit. You remember Silgrit? And when we went to go get the sliver of the chromium,
Yeah.
she had those tapestries, right? And I started looking at one, and I got distracted, and I don't know, I saw something, and it's been kind of freaking me out. So I saw a tree. It was burning with like this energy, and then I saw the world just broken in two, and then the last one was me standing, and you were all dead. And I don't know what to make of that, and I don't really want to freak anyone else out, but you're the protector, and I don't know. What do you... I've never had anything like that happen before. I've never seen visions or really believed in foresight or anything like that. I have no idea what to think. It just didn't make sense.
I mean, that's a lot of information to take in.
I know. I'm sorry. I just didn't know who else to really...
Never be sorry. Honestly, this is all new territory for all of us. We're dealing with ancient gods and metal creatures and a crew of that we just keep adding to of new random Zoans. But the thing of it is, none of this is written out. No matter what Silgrit said, no matter what tapestries you saw, our future is not written out. We can make our own future. If we don't want a burning tree and a broken home and us dead around you, we can make that happen. We can survive this as long as we work as a team. We'll get through anything. And I mean, you're the best peacekeeper we have, but you're also so capable of protecting us, so capable of exploring the reaches of space, leading us into battles or leading us with science. You are a genius among us in so many ways. And I'm with you here, with Milo, with Skipper, Tennison, Emily, Theodore, Hector, Dresden, and Shay. We can make this happen. Flip. And Flip too. Flip is... You will always be here, mate. And if you're not, then I don't want to be, okay? Okay. Can I just talk to Kira? Flip, good. Thank you. We're going to make it. And if we don't, that's not an option. Okay?
I can't lose any more people, Chomper. I just feel so out of control sometimes. Like, I can't control it. I couldn't save my parents. I don't know where my sisters are. I don't know where Max is. I don't know where Zoa is, and I can't afford losing anyone else. And
that is why we need you. Because if there is an even minuscule way of finding our home, our families, our mates. Max, we need you on top of your game. Okay?
Don't tell the others yet about it. It's just a little creepy, and I don't want them to worry.
Ursa Honor, I won't.
I give him a big hug. Thanks.
Of course.
All right. We better go figure out where we're going. Let's find the others.
Speaking of
Sounds
which,
good.
as the two of you are having this conversation, you do, with Hector at the helm, see up ahead there is a planet not too far away, and we'll cut real quick back to Milo and Skipper down in the map room. Milo, what'd you get there, bud?
Justin, it's bad.
What was it?
Oh God, that is bad.
Okay, I'll go look. Hang on.
4.
Oh.
And I got 3 ones.
3 ones.
And my highest one is a D10.
Holy crap! So
It's so
Did
bad.
Milo break the map? Please.
He might have ripped the map in half.
No.
It disintegrates in his hands.
Here, Milo, take a look at this.
Milo, you go take a look at it as Skipper asks you to, and you immediately see on this map the holy shit. This is just a map of Zoa, but with treasures kind of parked all over it. And if you turn it this way, you can see that it connects in a way that there's like this treasure trail, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. This is the key to, there's some sort of lost treasure somewhere in Zoa. And so you're like taking this map and looking at this way, and there's something like really, it's right there, but what is that? You can't figure it out. You grab a candle, you look a little closer with the light,
No.
and then the ship kind of, you hear from up above, like Hector say, "Land ho!" and the ship kind of lurches forward, and just the candle just smears across this page, which is covered in, I mean, it's old, it's some kind of old parchment. The ink on it and everything like that is, you don't know what it was made out of, but it catches fire immediately.
No! Milo, no!
Like he's gonna like throw it on the ground and start stomping on it, trying to put out the fire.
Don't! No, you're going to break it.
You throw it on the ground, you start stomping on it. It takes a while. You eventually can like kind of damp it all down.
How damaged?
Skipper, you look at this map. It's useless.
Well, this is completely useless now. Thank you, Milo.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I mean, do I remember anything that I saw on the map? Could I like draw it with a crayon real quick? Like
Maybe, yeah. You could try.
I can try. Do I need to roll for that?
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay, thank God.
You draw out what you thought you saw.
What you thought you saw.
Looking at it now, Milo, you're thinking maybe they weren't connected. Also, why would there be a treasure map? Well, it just, your theory starts to fall apart, and you realize you maybe just got a little too excited about it, and there may be nothing there.
Yeah, I thought this was something else, but it's now that I think about it, I might have gotten a little carried away. I mean, did you get anything important out of it before I set it on fire?
Not what I was looking for. I'm gonna go on the deck.
I'm
And
sorry.
They're gonna take the remains of whatever's left, the ashes in their cupped hands, and walk up on deck.
Wait, Skipper, I'm sorry.
Skipper. Skipper, you know that you can't mark where the markings were. You can't kind of recreate that, but you do have a knowledge for maps. And
Yeah.
excuse me, if you wanted to, you could probably quickly, because you were studying it for a couple hours, you could probably recreate like what the map itself kind of generally looked like, especially with like where the weird extra masses of land were.
I'll do that then. I'll try to my best to recreate it from memory.
Yeah, the markings on it are gone. You have
Okay.
no idea what those were or where they were, and that kind of thing. So you can do that. But we'll say in the next half hour here, as you finish up that like kind of makeshift map for yourself, Skipper, Milo, you make your way up to the top deck too, and Tennison, you have finished. You have finished your Tukanai upgrade, and you have now. You tell me, what does it look like with the upgrade?
With the upgrade, you know that right in the front, what could look like just a harness or maybe even suspenders, which normally keep the arms that can come out. Now at the top on either sides and the bottom at either sides are barrels that can each fire dust shots semi-automatically.
Ooh,
Sick. I love it.
Pretty
Hang on, I
gross.
gotta.
Pretty gross.
that is so impressive.
So cool. I love that. Yeah, boy.
I love it. Cool. So you make your way to the deck as well. Dresden stays below, and she's pretty obsessed with trying to figure out how to upgrade the cannons at the moment. But you all see up ahead is a planet. You're not entirely sure. I'd say Skipper, you would know, just because of you already kind of were tracking the direction y'all were headed and whatnot. This is definitely uncharted area of known space. It's not in known space. And so this, I mean, it's kind of exciting. Skipper, you know this planet has no name. For Zoans, I mean, nobody's been here. You were the first Zoans to come here, to your knowledge. So there's excitement to that. It is a red planet. As you get closer to it, you can see that there is it's a stark contrast as you start descending. I should mention the Relic is leading you to this planet. As you start descending, it's this weird, like almost like a yin yang sign or something like that, where it is half of this planet is like green and lush, and on the other half it looks like desert or just like a red planet, like I mentioned. It's this weird kind of, and it's not a a perfect split by any means. It's just kind of like about half of it looks like it's vegetation and the other half looks lifeless. The Relic at this point it's pulling you toward right near where the two halves kind of meet, right where that we'll call it like an equator or something like that would be. I should mention, this is a solar system. There are other planets that you've kind of gone by, but this is the one that was, you're being drawn to. There is a sun here as well, so your solar cells will recharge. And yeah. So so what do you want to do? What do you guys, do you want to land? Do you want to kind of stay in the air? In fact, Hector says, all right, Captain, what's the plan? Are we hovering for a bit?
Yeah, maybe we should hover, and maybe we just send down just like a quick skeleton crew to scout out the area and see if maybe where we need to go.
Yeah. Well,
Just in case
sounds
we
good.
get bombarded by aliens again, we're already off the ground. So
Sounds good. At this point, Theodore Bilroth, Mallard, surgeon, comes. You gotta say the whole thing, otherwise it's not. And he walks up the stairs. Well, hello there, Theodore Bilroth, Mallard surgeon here.
hi.
I heard that there was. Did we find land?
A
Yes.
planet? Yes, we did.
Well, I say that's quite exciting. And will we oh look, we're here. And he like looks over the edge. Yes, how fascinating. What kind of unique creatures live? And then you hear this like from like the ground below, and he is, oh well, I will be below. Good day. He walks back down the stairs below the deck.
Guy.
Oh, we did pick him up from the last planet we visited. We saved him.
Oh,
I'm sure it'll pay off eventually.
Yeah, figured it couldn't hurt.
sure it will. I'm sure it will. What does he do exactly?
Oh,
he's a mallard surgeon.
Thank you.
Yeah, he works on mallards. Specifically, it's like beak reconstruction and all that stuff.
Skipper is getting into a canary to take it down to the planet.
Okay.
Skipper.
All right.
Kira, what?
I was saying, Skipper. You
Yes.
sure you know what you're doing?
Yes, I'm gonna go down and be that skeleton crew that our captain indicated, and I'm going to go see what's down there.
Chomper, you want to go with her, just in case?
Yeah.
I can.
I think it might be important to remember some of the things that we know. According to the last Mystozoid that we came in contact with, somewhere on this planet there is a mythical god being that we have to convince to give us their relic.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Do
you.
we know which one we've reached out to or gone towards? It's just taken us somewhere. Okay.
Was the closest one
All right.
to where you were.
So scout it out. Don't go too far. Just scout out the nearby area. See if you see anything, and if you do, radio back. Let us know, and we'll make a plan from there. But don't go into anything. Don't go down anything. Just if you see something, let us know.
And Skipper, just because I know you, take these. And I give them the last of my flashbang grenades.
Ooh, thank you.
How many is that?
Tennison.
I want to say 2.
I think you're right. I think you made 3 and you used 1. So yes, 2. Okay.
Skipper sort of like, like tosses it into the air and catches it with their hand and looks at Chomper like,
Are we the only two going?
I mean, Captain, if you all want to go, I don't mind keeping an eye on the ship here. I got the Mallard and I got Dresden.
Okay.
And upcoming, kind of like walking up the stairs a bit, is Shay, who's still kind of holding her ribs a bit and just kind of looking pretty banged up still. You have me too.
Okay. Well,
I'm
you're
happy to
definitely-
stay on board.
Yeah. I think that's probably for the best. Okay. Well, anyone who wants to go, hop in, I guess. And Milo's gonna jump in.
Okay. You guys are good, yeah? She looks at the ship and Hector and Dresden and Shay. Feeling
Shay
all right?
nods.
All right.
Shay says, I'm no captain, but I'm definitely capable of stepping in where I need to.
All right. Well, everybody put on their oxygen just for now, just to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just to figure out whether we can breathe air or not.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, so you all have your echo devices and turn them on. You all get into the Canary. You're, again, just for anybody who doesn't know, the rowboat, or rather the singular sailboat on the side of the ship. It seats 6. The singular sailboat seats 6, and but really, Chomper counts as like 2 people, but but Milo counts as like no,
A third.
like a third of a person.
a third
So,
people.
And technically speaking, Tennison could just fly. So, can you fly in space?
No.
No,
Gravity.
you have to have gravity.
I guess you
As long
couldn't, right?
as long as the bubble around the canary is happening, he could
True.
fly and be off of it.
True, he could just kind of
Hover.
soar
Orbit, yeah.
through the orbit the bubble. All right. Well, regardless, you all get onto the canary and set sail. Your your one sail kind of you start kind of going down lower, down and past the atmosphere and whatnot, down toward the land. I'm assuming you have the relic with you if you are going to use it to try and find. Okay. So who has the relic?
Probably Tennison. Can't you hold it?
I can hold it with my stick and eye arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you do so. You go down to the ground here. Let me just switch the music a little bit.
Kira's mouth is just open, like looking at everything, just a new place. She's like leans over to Skipper and's like, "You're getting all this, right?"
Yes, and Skipper's like sketching in a notebook. Kira, we are the first Zoans that we know of ever to step on this planet. Can you believe that?
I know.
This
I'm
planet doesn't
geeking
even have
out
a
over it.
name.
It's
We
so
could
cool.
name it.
Oh no.
So
Hmm.
as you descend, you're descending over the jungle canopy here. It is very jungle-like. The best way I can describe what I'm picturing in my head is kind of like Pandora, like from like the Avatar, like with the blue people, James Cameron's Avatar, as it's also known. So there's no like floating islands or in the sky, that kind of thing, but all the flora and fauna is very similar. It feels familiar, but it feels kind of alien in a way. There are kind of like some glowing fruit on trees. There's kind of a dim kind of iridescent glow from some like mushrooms and things like that on the floor on the jungle floor, that kind of give it this glow from below. But as you kind of what do you want to do? Do you want to go past the canopy, or do you want to stay up top of it as you travel farther?
We should probably go lower so we can actually see what's down there. We're not going to see much in the canopy, I don't think.
Is the relic indicating anything? Glowing more strong or faint, depending on which direction we're pointing?
Yeah. So it is getting stronger. As you go farther towards the desert, the lifeless side of the planet. But just because of where you guys came down in the atmosphere, you came down on the jungle side of it. So you just got to go across some of the jungle to get towards the desert. But you do so. You kind of descend past the treetops and head toward that in that direction. We'll just say east for now. And you in this jungle area, you do hear you're going at a steady pace, but not so fast that you're missing things. You hear strange noises coming from the jungle, what you could assume to be the sound of creatures, or maybe the flora itself, just living, just calling out for whatever. Just kind of your typical and like that was
What animal is that, Justin?
I don't know. It's an alien.
It's nothing that's going through the echo and like is making sense though. It's just noises.
It's not. That's
So
good.
it is
Yeah,
alien,
it's just alien noises. Honestly, best guess, it's just kind of because here's the thing with the echo, it can translate any language is the idea.
Yeah.
But the language has to have been constructed.
Yes.
It has to be some sort of a constructed language. If like unintelligible animals or creatures or whatever they may be are grunting or something like that, it's not going to translate any of that because it's not.
That's fair.
It's not a language at that point. It's simply communication between these creatures.
Okay.
So, just consider it more. It's got like a spoken language, I suppose. So as you go along the jungle here, you are kind of struck by this interesting vision up ahead. You kind of come to this clearing, is what we'll call it, and it is like an oasis. It is beautiful. There is this kind of translucent water. I guess all water's translucent, but it's this kind of, it's got this like almost like a aurora borealis kind of like color effect to it as it comes off this waterfall, and just like the mist is kind of coming out, and it's so beautiful. And the trees around here are just a little more sparse, and you see that there are these kind of hovels built out on the ground, and like almost like treehouse kind of things built up into the trees as well. You have found some sort of a little community here, some sort of a little like village.
Oh, we have to land down there. We have to. Look at that water.
I mean, yeah, no, we should, but like, I mean, what if they're not friendly? Like, I mean, we're just showing up in a flying boat and they live in tree houses. Maybe we should like park it and walk.
That might be a good idea. It might be too intimidating if we just land right in the middle of their community.
Yeah, I don't want to look like an invasion.
But based on how this place seems to be structured, it might seem like diplomacy wouldn't be a bad option.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, groups of people who are a little bit more hostile don't have as put together of an environment.
Kira?
Thinking back to I don't know, habitats and homes, that one class that I took. I'm trying to think about how people would live, and if that makes any sense, what Tennison just said.
So just based on what I'll say, you and specifically you'd be the person on the crew who's specifically more trained in communication and like society and culture and things like that. So just kind of judging by how this looks, they're not like houses with doors and doorknobs. They are more like nests, but definitely constructed, definitely like, built, man-made, alien made, whatever.
Handmade.
They're handmade, and but they're very simple. They're very, you would guess that this is probably a more primitive, a very young race that lives here. But I mean, nobody in Ursa's ever actually interacted with intelligent life forms, so there's no real like experience when it comes to this. They tell you what you should do. They don't really tell you,
It's a theory, not a practice.
It's a theory, not a practice, exactly.
Telling them all of this, she's just going to be like, my one concern is with diplomacy, that's a great option, but how can we communicate if we can't actually understand them and they can't understand us? I would not want to seem like a threat to them, and I wouldn't want to enter into their home without being welcomed first. That's kind of rude. And I wouldn't want to offend them either. We got to think about these things. Their life obviously is different than our own.
Well, I mean, we're not going to be able to know if we can't communicate with them or not until we actually try communicating with them. So we can't just...
Fair. I'm just saying...
Or we could kidnap one, if that's what you're suggesting.
No.
Like, kidnap one native, see if we can... No?
I don't think we should be calling them natives. That's, we need a
They're
better
native to this
term.
planet. Okay, then name the planet, so I have a name to call them.
Sparkle. Illuminati. No.
What?
Lumos. The Aurora, Aquaurora.
Okay, I think we should just go into town. Milo's gonna start parking.
As you guys are having this conversation, Chomper, you are just kind of looking around the place. Flip actually kind of alerts you, and you turn to like where he's kind of gesturing you to. You see, there is a small group of creatures are at like the mouth at the base of the waterfall, kind of where this community is, just kind of looking up towards you. They are pink in color. From up here, it's a little hard to tell. They have big eyes and they look maybe furry, but other than that, you can't really gather much from them. But they're just looking up at you.
Guys, we got some things looking at us. They pink and furry, big eyes.
Are they
Looks
Furbies?
like.
Yes, what I was just saying. Are they Furbies?
Hey, oh,
Not
mates.
again.
We come in peace. Peace. No.
We're all making different peace signs with our little claws.
Do you descend anymore? You're kind of high up right now to be like for them to hear you.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do? Like, can we offer them a gift? What can we do to show them that? Can we wave a white flag? Like, what do we have on our person that we could use to show them that we don't mean them any harm?
Well, we could not draw our
Food.
weapons.
I also don't want to give them food that would make them sick because they're probably not used to our kind of food. Like we wouldn't be used to theirs. So wouldn't want to make somebody sick.
Does anybody sing? Maybe we could sing a song of peace or something.
Somebody sing, please.
Oh
I have
gosh.
no idea how that would go.
Chomper, you have a lovely voice.
I'm not
I've
a
heard
bard.
you.
Flip. Flip says I don't want to sing.
Okay.
All right,
You
so
know
I'm
that I
gonna
hate
park.
this,
I'm
but
gonna-
yeah, I think our best bet is to land.
Oh,
No,
I thought you were
I'm not
gonna
gonna-
sing.
Yes. Sing something from the great
That spell.
Zoan musical Zoa spell.
It's called Goat Spell.
It's called Dust Spell.
Goats.
Dog spell.
Don't spell. Oh
I
my
will
God.
say,
Dog
I
spell,
spell.
brilliant.
mean, Kira
Oh,
is
dog
from
spell,
Iridia.
yeah.
Ruff, 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 ruff.
Kira's what?
Kira is from Iridia, which is like the most like rooted of all of the locations and like the most ancient. She probably has some kind of like old ancient chants she could start singing.
Sure.
Can we just go say hi to them?
Yeah, we
Where
can
are you
sing.
doing this parade?
I start to land the boat. I start to land the boat.
All right, we're landing in the boat. Here we go.
Yeah.
Landing the
Landing
boat.
the
So
boat. We're landing the
you-
boat.
You
Milo, you're
descend.
tiny. You can go, or I can go. I'll go. I'll go. We're very.
I will go. I'll go. You
We will all go.
Yeah.
We're all going.
You're
All right.
descending. You're descending. You get to actually land. We'll just say you land your boat like right. There's like a little
On them.
pond area, and then you land it right on the water.
Are we in the
um,
beautiful Aurora water?
Yeah.
Skipper wants to like lean over and like reach out and feel it and like.
Careful.
You feel it.
We're on an alien planet.
That could
It's-
be acid.
It feels like if consistency wise, it feels like regular water. But there is kind of an energy to it, a current, if you will, that feels somewhat like the current of that kind of like the electricity that dust gives, basically.
Can I put some in
Um,
my flask?
Yeah, sure.
Boop.
Fill your
I do
flask up with it. Okay.
Like Stardew Valley.
When you land, you see from like this side, and then from this side, and then maybe like from over here, just kind of all around. These pink, they're pretty short, fuzzy creatures with like furless bellies. That they they come over. They have like really short little arms and like just kind of waddle on little legs. They
Pink Ewoks.
approach. Yeah, they're kind of like Ewoks a little bit.
Pink
That's what I
Ewoks.
meant to say.
But less like teddy bears and a little more like what? Just
More
a little more
alien?
alien-like.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah. They have big eyes. Their movement is quite slow, and they all just kind of gather around and like just watch you, just kind of like watch and wait. At this point, you're a little alarmed when one of them reaches out a hand, and their arm like extends, like like goes across.
Ah!
It extends like 4 feet, and then like does this.
Aww.
Oh,
We all
that
did
was
coffee,
that was unsettling. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But adorable.
Hello. We are from Zoa. Do you speak the language I'm speaking right now?
They all just stare at you, and then one of them does this.
Yes.
All right, that's
This
gonna
is
be
good.
enough.
This is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tennison,
What are we trying to get from them? That's
We,
my question.
well,
Why are we here?
we need to get the splinter, so maybe if we show them the relic we have, they'll know where we can find it, the one that's here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah. There, Tennison.
Kira is trying to take in all of their like physical mannerisms and just trying to
Sure.
learn anything she can of like
Absolutely. So Kira, go ahead and make me some sort of a check here.
Okay.
Let's just see how well this goes, or how much you can gather, I suppose, from
okay.
the way that they communicate and whatnot.
Yeah. That is what we are going for. Let's hope it's better.
Do they have long legs or short legs?
At the moment, they have short legs.
At the
Good
moment.
change.
Oh, I hate that
You know
say
what?
that.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that right now. Because of they're all kind of like around the same height. A few in the back, you actually see kind of grow taller so that they
Oh,
can get a
God.
better view of you.
Oh,
It seems like their legs are probably similar to their arms in the way that they extend.
Okay,
Oh my
so I
God, that's
rolled
amazing.
a 16 with a D8 effect,
Wow.
and I did
Nice.
roll a 1. There's a
Nice.
1 in there.
Amazing. Okay. 16 with D8 effect and a 1.
Sorry.
Okay, sure. Well, you don't have any current complications, do you? I don't think you do.
No, I just took damage, but no, I'm
Okay.
good.
I will pay you a plot point for the 1, and I'm gonna say that you're watching these creatures. What was your effect die?
A D8.
Okay, give yourself an asset of a D8,
Okay.
and we're gonna call it picking up on the language, I guess, or
Yeah.
some better way to say that.
I like
Get
it.
lingo.
Yeah, it's just cultural lingo.
Yeah, got it.
You look at a few of them. You see that a few of them kind of are turning to each other, and in some form of eye blinks and hand motions, they are just communicating with each other. Now, there's a science to, I mean, there's a lot to learn there. You have no idea what they're saying, but you do pick up it is both through eye movement or like eye like blinking and whatnot, and hand movements.
Mhm.
There's no grunting. There's nothing at all coming out of their like mouth area. You're honestly not even sure if these creatures have like voice boxes,
Okay.
vocal cords and whatnot. I think it doesn't seem, if they do, they don't use them for communication.
Okay. I kind of say this to everybody and let them know, all right, so I don't think they can speak, but their eyes and their fingers, they're communicating that. So be careful of how you're blinking. Don't blink aggressively. And be careful of your fingers. Just, okay, just try to remain calm.
I
and
wonder
maybe
what the sign
showing-
means that we've already been giving them.
I don't know, but it seems okay, so we can use that. And probably showing them things will help rather than speaking. So showing them the splinter, showing them we're calm and collected, showing them things. That's how we need to communicate with them.
A few of them are touching your canary, just kind of touching it and feeling. Shut up, Bradley.
Sorry.
And like one of them reaches up to try and touch the sail, which is if you touching the sail directly with the soul power and whatnot, charging through it could give you quite a little bit of a shock.
Ooh.
So that's frowned upon.
I'm going to show him my book of Zoa and just show him the map to try to distract him so he doesn't touch the sail.
Okay. Reaching up and then gets really close and just kind of like puts their face like in the book and just waits.
Good.
These things are adorable.
Tennison, do you have the relic?
Yeah, let me give it a shot. And Tennison will slowly glide to the center of the group and with the two kunai arms gently hold out the relic.
At which point they all like step back, and they're all slow, but they all step back, and then they all immediately like bow down to you. But they bow down to you, Tennison.
Oh wow.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
So
this
they know where
is
it is.
interesting.
They know it's a god.
Wow.
Oh gosh. I'm trying to figure out how to where this. I don't know how to talk to these people. Okay.
One of them who looks maybe we'll say just slightly more purple tint to their fur and skin and whatnot, kind of looks up and looking at you, Kira, and then looking to Tennison and kind of averting their eyes from you, Tennison, looks back to Kira and turns and looks at one of the others, and then the two of them start kind of communicating to each other, and this goes on for about a minute. A few others kind of chime in as well. They all are having this kind of silent conversation amongst each other until the slightly purple one turns back to you, keeping his eyes away from Tennison, goes and reaches out and takes your hand, Kira.
Okay.
And then starts to turn and walk and like lead you out of this area towards the jungle.
We're going this way.
Yeah,
All right.
let's
Let's go.
You all
follow me.
start to move. Tennison, when you start to move, they all kind of shift away, and then like almost like a train follow behind you, Tennison. You have your own entourage.
You got
Oh.
the power.
Jeez.
They lead you by hand, Kira, through this little like jungle-esque path. You can tell it's a well-walked path for them, and eventually get, after another 5 minutes or so, to this sort of temple, we'll say. It's pretty plain to see that it is a well, they put more effort into this than their own hobbles and stuff. Excuse me. They are there's just a bit of care put into this place. As they lead you over to it, the others all stop and bow once more behind you all. And the purple one, leads you up a set of rough kind of stairs, sort of like ramp thing, kind of molded into the ground, up towards this kind of muddy hobbled door. And you kind of have to almost duck. Honestly, Chomper, I don't even think you can fit inside there. Skipper Baby just barely makes it. Kira, you would have to really kind of crawl, and I mean, it's going to be a little tricky for you to get inside. But yeah, does everybody, Chomper, are you going to stay outside, or do you want to try and get in another way, or what do you want to do?
I'll stay outside.
Okay.
For now.
Is everybody else staying outside, or is everybody else going in?
Oh no,
I'm going in.
I fit.
I'm going in.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You all are going in except for Chomper.
Mm-mm.
You go inside. There are basically the equivalent of wall paintings. You see like markings in the dim light. Again, as I mentioned before, these mushrooms on the ground are kind of giving off this glow and whatnot. And they illuminate the walls of this hut, temple. It's larger than a hut, but anyway, the walls tell this story. You see a great, large, snake-like creature. It is it's wide, and it is flying through what you would assume are stars. Is the kind of the idea of this painting. Next to that, you see there is a new picture of this again snake-like creature that is it's a very crude drawing. It's very rudimentary, and it is you get the sense that it is somehow burrowed into the planet. So it's almost the picture itself looks like a worm coming out of an apple, basically. But it's like this big circle, and then like the same kind of snake creature is inside of it. And then on the next wall painting, you can see there is you see what you would assume is this race. It's like their own depiction of themselves, like these little red colored dots or something like that are all around, and that are they are there, and there are like you can see like the trees and stuff like that are crudely drawn. It's almost as if the snake came to the planet, and these creatures and this trees and stuff like that somehow came after that. And it seems like they in this depiction seems like they somehow maybe worship the snake creature. So that's what you guys see on the walls. Anybody want to do anything more with these wall paintings?
Is that it? That's all we see.
That's all the wall paintings. The alien is going to lead you into a next corridor, basically.
Okay.
All right.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
Justin, Skipper is trying to map out everything as they go, trying physically trying to draw make notes so that they can
Sure.
go back later and make an actual map of what the part of this planet that they've explored.
Okay. So you keep going. There are you kind of go into the next corridor. There are a few more wall paintings here. One of them depicts these they're like reptilian looking birds that are kind of, again, crudely drawn, but that are, one of them has a bunch of red dots in its mouth, kind of falling out of its mouth, and another one is like swooping down with more red dots and whatnot. And then the next wall painting shows the snake eating the birds. And almost like the way that they depict it, it's like the snake is like a wall around the red dots. And then in the final wall painting of this corridor, you see there is the snake is just like towering there in a very regal manner, with the red dots all around it in some sort of like a. It's once again clear that that it is worshipped dearly. You do see on this one specifically, they have drawn in the midst of in the center of this snake, there lies a different colored just little marking, essentially, that just because of the nature of it and you know what you're looking for, you would assume is meant to be the relic. So like Silgrit mentioned to you, the other Mystozoa have bonded with their relics. So you can assume that the relic is probably bonded somehow with the snake creature. And that's that. After looking at those wall paintings, this alien leads you once again into a larger chamber, like some sort of like maybe church or worship center, and there is an open top in here. There's no ceiling. You can see the sky above, and there's also this kind of large overlook on the side that looks out to the desert out ahead, and you all see there are multiple like craters or like full on like holes in the desert out there, quite large, and that's it. I mean, the creature just stops and looks up at you and just waits.
So, do we think that this is Yitlo, Ogrum, Kalsniff?
I don't even
I'm
remember those
hoping
names.
it's-
So
I'm
Kira-
hoping it's the humble or the gentle at this point, because I
Mhm.
don't really want to deal with a burning or what was the other one?
Seeker?
Seeker isn't bad, but burning I'm a little afraid of.
Kira, I'll remind you, when it came to Silgrit, you were able to kind of look in your book of Zoa, find a little bit of information on her. I know that you don't know which one you're dealing with here, but if you felt like looking up based on the information I encourage you to make a dice roll there.
I will do that right now. Let's do it. Oh, I gotta start a new dice pool.
can I look around the room to see if maybe there's an altar or something that it might be on, or like a door, like if this is the special thing that they worship, surely it's in here somewhere.
Sure.
Come on. No ones. Wow. Okay. Let's add the 8 and the 5. What is that? 13? 13.
Yep.
The D10 effect.
Okay. Yeah. Good. You begin flipping through your book, looking for any references to some sort of a snake that would be, cross-referenced with the idea that there's a god or it's some sort of a mystozoa. And you do come across, there's no snake exactly, but as soon as you find it, it kind of clicks in your head and you think, of course. Ogrim, the Humble, was believed to be some sort of ancient creature called a basilisk. And so
Neat.
you would think that must be what you are dealing with.
Oh, gosh.
It also says that wherever the great Ogrim burrowed, his magic and essence touched the soil there in a way that created new life. So in a way, he's a life bringer. Not too unlike what you've gathered from Silgrit as well, but it's a different shade of that same color.
Yeah. So as far as basilisk, are we talking? You look at the eyes and they kill you or turn you into something?
You don't know. I mean, I don't think you guys know enough about Mystizoa to really know about basilisks.
Okay.
You know that. I'll say the big things. Let's see here.
I just kind of show it to Tennison, like, not saying anything out loud and being like, Tennison, come here. Are you reading what I'm reading? And I'm just gonna like point out basilisk.
Yeah. But I still don't think we should panic yet.
I hope not. Okay. I'm going to show Skipper and Milo the book.
Milo's looking around the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I was busy.
I'll show Skipper.
So it is Ogrim then. Okay, that's good. Ogrim is humble. Perhaps they will be reasonable. Perhaps they will be open to discussion about giving us their relic.
And Skipper, when you say the word Ogrim, the little purple guy just kind of turns and looks at you, and then does a gesture with his hands.
I'm gonna do the same gesture.
Yeah, we do the same gesture back.
Okay. Yeah, it's like 2 eye blinks and we'll just say 2 of these.
Okay.
And yeah. And you could assume that is maybe their word for Ogrim.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Point to the relic and then point out to the holes and the burrows out there and do it again.
Mhm.
And just see what he does.
He starts to kind of go a little fast and then stops and then gets a little closer to you and does the exact same thing again. And then he stops and he does the same thing again. And he's kind of trying to slowly communicate with you here. I'll say that make me a dice roll here and use your asset that is learning the language and whatnot, and let's see if you can pick up on kind of what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Or what? Yeah. Milo, you were making a check to find the relic.
Yeah, the relic.
What did you get?
I got a 9 with a D10 effect.
Okay. Cool. You are looking around. There doesn't seem to be any other like secret places or anything like that in here. You do look back to the mural on the wall painting. You would guess that, kind of thinking back to what Silgrit said and looking at the wall painting and how the relic is like at the center of the basilisk.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume the term bonded with relic may be literal. It may literally be on or in the basilisk.
Justin, what do I need to beat for this?
Let's see. To try and communicate, we'll say an 11 because it's just one phrase he's trying to get you with here.
Okay, well I got an 11 with the D10 effect, so perfect.
Okay, great.
Ooh.
All right. With that effect, I would recommend upgrading your language asset so that you can get even more knowledge on the language that they're talking
Okay.
about. So with the D10 would bring it up to a D10 basically. So your
Awesome.
asset becomes a D10.
Nice.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Sorry, just real quick. Can I use a plot point to reactivate my sword? I just realized I never did that, and so.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Miles
What's
gonna
up,
reactivate his sword.
Annie? Did you?
No, I was just gonna say, be careful.
Okay.
Don't point
So
it at
real quick,
little
Chomper. Chomper, what are you doing outside?
Yeah, what you doing, buddy?
Well, I've been. No, what? Kira,
I
go.
was gonna say I could tell you to keep you updated and let you know. Okay, so it looks like we're dealing with Ogrim the Humble. Stand by. We're trying to figure out where he is. He might be out in the desert with the burrows. Stand by.
Thank you. Chomper to crew. We may have a situation. All of these little pink people are all doing the same thing over and over again in a very orderly fashion, but it's all of them. It's like a synchronized dance. It would be pretty if it didn't look as scary as it actually does, because their limbs keep growing up and then down and then up and then down, and they blink in a weird flip. Yeah, I know. It's look out on the horizon. I think something might be coming.
Ooh, that
So-
window that looks out in the desert.
You, in fact, Bradley, see they're all doing this dance and whatnot. And it is growing. It started slow, and it gets a little faster and a little faster, and until it just stops, and it's all silent again. And they all turn and they start walking away, dispersing from this big crowd of them. You can see walking is the wrong term. They are lightly running, as quick as you have seen them move. Chomper, that's happening for you. Kira, you are communicating with this one, and you finally kind of click in with what he's trying to tell you, the way that he's moving and like his demeanor and whatnot. You get the sense that he's telling you Ogrim was the protector. And thinking back to what Silgrid said about the Mystazoa, when the Menagerum came into this galaxy, it messed with the relics and whatnot in a way that changed the Mystazoa. And so what this little alien is telling you is that when a short time ago, Ogrim left them. Ogrim left.
He's gone.
And he kind of gestures out to the desert. Ogrim left, and now they are no longer protected. And with that, you do see in this open sky above you, this you see flying overhead. You do see some sort of creatures, fast creatures, with wings. And Chomper, you also catch them just in time as they soar down. One of them grabs one of these pink fuzzy aliens and just lifts them up into the sky. These are reptilian bird-like creatures. It launches this little pink fuzz in the sky and then gullets it in one swift move. And that is where we'll stop today's episode.
Oh, no!
Fucking dragons.
So we'll pick up there next time with this mystery hanging overhead.
Oh my God.
Hopefully find Ogrim the Humble. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us today, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. We should be back next week. We're good there. I want to give another big thank you to Kelsey Botwinick-Cruza and Ryan Botwinick-Cruza for helping us out with today's stream. And yeah, everybody stick around for a raid. We're going to be raiding a fantasy map maker. So check that out. That sounds fun. Today's all about maps and stuff. So let's go do that. Okay, well, until then, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.